Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily energy check. Just before I was starting the video, I just realized that I've actually gotten to posting my videos much later in the day, which I'm working on changing that. But first of all, we changed the clocks in states, so just generally in my head, like a lot of things shifted, especially those that are more international, and just certain appointments, certain events just started happening later, so everything shifted for me. And there are other reasons as well. So first of all, I'm gonna say I am doing my best to work through my schedule better, to make it more structured so I can post this sooner. But also I need your support, guys, so please support these readings. As soon as I start seeing 9 views, I get really demotivated to post anything at all. So there's also this kind of internal conflict on the back of my head, is do I even want to spend my time on it today, or should I do something more productive for my business, or I don't know, go and catch up with a friend or something. So please don't forget that your likes are really necessary, and of course shares, comments, any kind of engagement YouTube can see, and then algorithms will take it into account and will start showing it to larger audience. Let's jump into the reading. We'll start with a message from the Sacred Traveler deck, and then I've got one of my most beautiful decks here, the Mystical Moments. The Tarot of Mystical Moments. There we go. Today I want to ask a little bit different question, phrase it differently, and I'm going to be changing my titles as well to get you more intrigued, because I realized that that's also part of the maybe disadvantage of the readings that I post, that I post too much out there and people end up just reading the title and not really going in. So I'll promise more intrigue in the title. There we go. That's my promise. The questions we're gonna ask. So yes, we will check on the energy first of all. The second question today is gonna be, what lesson did you miss in the recent cycles, or maybe not even so recent past, that the universe or the divine was trying to teach you, to show you, and you just didn't get it, right? Maybe it was a disappointing experience and you got deeper into that pain mode, and then you were dealing with that and you didn't see the bigger meaning, the bigger picture of what this was supposed to teach you, to show you, how it was supposed to help you ascend. So we'll look at that for each of the twin collectives, and then the last question is going to be a message between the twins, so from feminine to the masculine and vice versa. Let's start with an oracle message for the feminines. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. This is very much an abundance mentality, because it's very important to kind of call in those blessings and to see them happening already. They use the present time here for a reason. Blessings are showering your life. And even if your brain still tries to overthink and overanalyze and to tell you I'm not sure about that, but this is believing before you can see it, right? Not to mention that there is a delay between the energetic realm and the 3D, so it may lag in time a little bit, but it's important to be in that mentality already. Rainbow blessing. I like that it's rainbow too. It's something really magical and special. Speaking of magic, believe in magic. This one says, this is a journey by the moonlight, and we're asked to believe in magic. Well, divine masculines are asked, right? And again, this is about believing, and I was just talking about it. So it's actually the energy for the collective, for both twins. There's definitely synchronicity here, right? You need to believe in magic in order to see. Journey by moonlight is also kind of the poetic meaning of it, is more like following the intuitive guidance, following feelings and emotions, going to that level where you don't need to see every single detail to be able to follow it. Because if you can imagine your journey by moonlight, like literally, it's the middle of the night and you're somewhere in the woods, or I don't know, in nature where you don't have, you know, the city lights, right? And you only have the moonlight. Imagine what the journey would be like. How would it be different from you just, you know, walking down the street in a big city or something, even if it's also at night. All right, let's see what we have here. This tarot. Temperance at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's like, you know, this kind of mentality where you have faith in blessings, where you have the abundance mentality. It comes from a place of peace and harmony. And I know that sometimes it can be really challenging to get to that space when life is happening and it's just like one thing on top of the other. But that's the beauty of it, right? And that's where we can transmute that energy. And of course, ideally, we go deeper and we see why we get so triggered and how can we do that. Like, what is like the ultimate solution to this so that we don't get as triggered next time. But more importantly, to get yourself back into the grounded, balanced state in that moment, you know, get back into the present, into the now. Let's get some clarifiers as well. Okay, we'll use this one. It jumped out, I wanted to be there. Eight of Cups. Yeah, walking away from stuff that leaves us empty, that causes too much havoc in our life. And you know what? Sometimes it doesn't need to be over psychoanalyzed. Sometimes it is really just like the meaning of it is you don't want to get engaged with this kind of people or this kind of environment, right? Like, there's no way to outride it, to outrun it, to override it, you know. It's not like you can get into that toxic environment and like use all your skills to be super cool about it and to feel good. I mean, it might work and you might be able to do that if you have to be in that environment, because maybe at some point you will be, most likely. From time to time it will happen. And you'll know how to hold your own, how to stay in your frame, how to build boundaries, right? So you're not impacted. But it doesn't mean that you're supposed to be there every day, that you're just supposed to accept, like, this is my life. No. Feminines, your energy today is 10 of Cups, clarified by King of Swords. I love this 10 of Cups, especially because it has like layers, you know, on the surface and under the water. Yeah, like, you know, the emotional fulfillment and the closeness that we feel with our people, with our person, maybe in this case, it goes so deep and it runs on many different levels in so many different situations. But it's not just a fantasy. It can be explained. It makes sense if you think about it, you know? So it's like realizing that it actually all makes sense. It's not just infatuation. It's not just somebody manipulated someone in this reality, but this is like realization, how it all actually makes sense. It connects to your soul, to your calling, to who you truly are, and for that person as well. Masculines, Ace of Cups, clarified by Six of Swords. Yeah, that's the journey to harmony and balance, right? And also becoming more curious and wondering. And I mean, look at these butterflies, like just kind of flowing out of the cup. Isn't that also about magic? We just read about believing in magic, right? It's like seeing the beauty in the little details in the everyday life, seeing the divine power, seeing the energy of love, you know, the vibration of love in what is happening with you, right? And only then it has a ripple effect. As you see it that way, obviously you're more inclined to be that energy yourself and to give it out into the world, and then it just multiplies. So what kind of lesson did the feminine miss, or maybe just, you know, didn't see it all? We have the Page of Swords, clarified by Two of Swords. Ooh, very much about overthinking. I'm also getting being overconfident in your opinion, like thinking that you know it all, that you understood it all, right, when you didn't. right? There was some kind of a block there that prevented you from seeing the whole truth, or at least asking good question, right? There's some kind of blockage in communication. Like you were supposed to discover more, to go about it, to talk, to do, to kind of explore it more. But you didn't go fully into that theme, into that event, because you just decided, okay, I see what this is about. I'm not gonna do that. Or, like, I see what you are trying to do. Not gonna happen, right? Like there was some kind of missed opportunity. And it might very well, because the sword energy is so strong here, it might very well be about communication, right? Like even communication about, I don't know, let me think of an example. Like let's say, like the lesson was about communication, that's what I mean. Maybe your friend wanted to invite you on a road trip, right? Like a day road trip, no big deal, but there was something there, like they wanted to see specific things, and maybe they wanted to go a certain route or something that you thought was strange, right? And you were just like, oh, like this person just wants me there, like to somehow take advantage of my presence, right? Or they have like their hidden agenda, and you either didn't go, or you kept that attitude and you missed the meaning of it, right? You didn't really enjoy it, or you didn't fully grasp the experience that your friend wanted to create for the two of you, right? Maybe it was even a romantic thing and they wanted it to be special, or show you the places that they find special. But because you thought they had an agenda, it kind of spoiled that experience. You know what I mean? Like if you're closed off in your energy, even if the person is actually telling you all those wonderful things, there's a good chance you won't receive it that way. Which lesson did the masculine miss, or did not just see a lesson in it? We have the star clarified by Page of Cups. Look at all these pages. Yeah, it is the energy of a student, but in this case it is Cups, which makes sense to me. Look at the star card here. It's like this magical image, and again we're talking about magic here. Look at that. So there was some kind of unfortunate emotional experience that the masculines didn't understand, that like the meaning of it was actually healing, was actually seeing their power. It's like a wounded healer kind of thing, where like the wound was poked at because you were supposed to see kind of like how you want to heal it, right? What do you want to do about it? Like this is your shortcoming, this is the limitation that's going to be pulling you back. And the masculines didn't see the opportunity to heal that, right? Maybe got offended, maybe just escaped it, ran away altogether. But it was opening a door to something, beautiful, to something amazing in life. And it's like the more you experience this, the more you can see the blessings and the miracles in the moments where like even little changes that you make, little insights, that seemingly little insights that you get about what this was about, or where's my limiting belief, or this is how some people operate, whatever that insight is. No matter how small, sometimes that could be like even that little piece could be unlocking huge opportunities, because that was like a blockage in the energy flow. And now you've removed it, and now it's like, okay, yes, I can move through this freely. What is the message from the feminine to the masculine? Wow. Death clarified by Ace of Swords. But look at this death. It's like a skeleton and you can see the inside, right? So feminine is saying, I'm seeing a lot clearly who I am and what I'm made of. Like it's not even about the fantasy, right? It's not about, seeing my beauty, partly it, but also seeing my pain, my insecurities, my fears, like all of it, and being able to work with it now, right? Like there's so much truth coming into my reality. And I know that in order for this connection to work, in order for us to be together, I actually need to go through this transformation, and this changes, like, again, like every single thing, single piece of truth that I'm uncovering leads me into a new destination. And there's another turn and another turn that I'm going into, but this is an exciting journey. It's not for the faint-hearted, but I'm going through it, and I have faith that at some point of this journey, we're gonna connect, we're gonna meet, and it's gonna be good. The message from the masculine to the feminine, the sun clarified by 4 of Pentacles. But yeah, the sun in this deck, this is the happiest card in the deck. And it's amazing that we have this message from the masculine. So as ever, masculines are seeing feminines as the sunshine in their life, as the source of joy and happiness. But look at the card in this deck. This girl has a bird on her face. It's like it's closing and it's covering one of her eyes even, right? So it's like there's still some stuff that, like some bad stuff that the masculine is cleaning towards. And that's the 4 of Pentacles too. So masculine is saying, you know, like, I see how bright you are. It's almost like too bright for me. So I'm kind of like closing my eyes at least a little bit so that, you know, I can cope with it. I can deal with it, because it just kind of strikes deep into me and I'm not ready for it. You know, I'm still scared. I'm still working through my kind of little boy issues. It could be girl, gender doesn't matter. But, you know, in the masculine world, I'm finding my strengths, my stamina, finding my courage to move into the unknown, you know, to try something where I don't know whether I'm going to get burned by the sun or, you know, I'm going to get warmed up and it's going to be healing and inspiring. I'm not really sure. Like, the energy is so intense that I'm like slowly trying to like work my way into it. But at least one eye is open, so that's already progress. And hopefully one day I'll be able to like come over and really engage fully without any fear holding me back. Okay, I hope this was good for you guys. I'm gonna leave it here. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And until next time, bye.